Good morning, students. Now, look at here. Today, we again take it here. That is the equation of motions, right? So, as we know, to solve acceleration, initial velocity, final velocity, time, etc., right? Whenever a ball will fall from any height, or you throw a ball with initial velocity, these all, for solving these all criteria, we need the equation of motions. So there are three main different equations of motions are there, right? So before that, in class 11, sometimes in your school the teacher may ask to prove these three different equation of motion, or solve it or find the equations. For that, we take it here. So there are three more different methods are there. I take it here a graphical method. So with the help of graph, let me prove the three different equations of motion. First is this, that is v is equal to u plus at. You should know that. And there is a relation between the velocity and time. That's why it is known as velocity time relation. Is it right? And in front of me, there is a graph between the velocity and the time. Is it right? This is a graph. AB is a graph which is definitely indicate the what uniform acceleration. That's why I have written here uniformly accelerated motions. Is it right? So whenever we say the ball is falling, these all are the conditions of uniformly accelerated. Is it right? Okay. Now for that, so this is the graph. Definitely the graph start from the A, not from the origin. So I will say some initial velocity is there, and when it reach at the point B, definitely it has a final velocity. So definitely this V and U are definitely measured from the origin. I have written U and V, and this is the time. Is it clear? Okay. Now let me see. So in velocity time graph, already I have discussed that the slope will always provide what acceleration, and the area will provide, the area of the graph will provide the displacement. Is it right? So if I take the condition slope acceleration, then what is the meaning of slope here? Slope means from a right angle triangle, that is what, from a right angle triangle perpendicular, and this is what base. So BC by AC I have written here, where this BC means this is BD minus CD. This is also I have written here. Is it right? You can see AC is equivalent to the OD, which is also I have written here. So what is the meaning of BD? BD is my V, I have written here V. What is the meaning of CD? Is my U, I have written here, and OD indicate for the time. This is the acceleration. So in this way I will get the first my equation of motion, and that is called velocity time relations. Is it clear? Let me come to the second one, that is position time relation. This is my equations, and you can see S is equal to ut plus half of at square. S is called displacement, that's why, or you can say position also, and there is a time. So displacement time relation. Is it clear? For that displacement, how will you get the displacement? With the help of area, because you are solving graphical method. तो एरिया हमको देगा, कौन सा एरिया? ए बी के शेड के अंदर जितने भी एरिया आ रहा है, that means A, B, D, O, A. If I'll divide, this is triangle and rectangle. So I've written area of triangle and area of rectangle. Triangle में क्या आ रहा है देखो, half into base into height. Base AC, height BC. I've written here. What is AC? Sorry, AC is my T. What is BC? BC once again V minus U. I've written here. What is AO? AO, you know it is U. I've written here U. OD is T. लिख लिया. अब इसको थोड़ा सा चेंज करते हैं. Is it right? V minus U from the equation number 1. You can write it here in the bracket. We take it since from equation, that what is that? V is equal to U plus AP, या फिर you can say V minus U भी बोल सकते हैं. V minus U is equal to 80. So V minus U is equal to 80, and तो फिर ये हो गया तुम्हारा 80 square. In this way we get the second equation, ut plus half of 80 square. Is it right? Let's go with the third equation. In the third equation, you can check that it is a velocity position relation, right? So this is the equation, V is equal to U plus 80, right? Here also again you know that area of the graph will again provide the displacement, but this time I will not take the area as in distribution like area of triangle and rectangle. इस बार मैं पूरा area ले लेता हूँ. Area of what? It is called trapezium, है ना? AODB जो है वो तुम्हारा trapezium है. What is the formula of the trapezium? Half into base into sum of two parallel side BD and AO. I have written here BD is my V, BO is my U and this is my T. तो फिर से अब बारी आए कि इस टाइम को चेंज करना है. Again we take condition from the equation. Which equation? V minus U is equal V minus U by A is equal to T, यानी कि इक्वेशन नंबर 1. फिर से 1 से लेके आ रहे हैं इसमें. T का मतलब ये T का वैल्यू आ गया. We put the value of T here and here you know A minus B, A plus B is A square minus B square by 2A. In this way I can guess 2AS. Is it right? So this is the equation of your velocity position relation. Is it clear? Okay. So here you can see this is the equation of motions by using calculus method. फिर से वही चीज़ है तुम्हारा. This is again it is uniformly accelerated motions. Calculus method. How to do this, right? So keep it in mind that whenever we apply something, for example, suppose you are going to solve V is equal to U plus AT, that is velocity time relation. So their displacement is not there. So no need of using this type of differentiation, I mean to say derivatives where position is there. Is it right? If I'll use dx position, definitely it will provide displacement. So don't use this. That means another the method by which I can find, and that is A is equal to dv by dt. So what happened? A is equal to dv by dt, V is equal to dx by dt. यही तो हमने सीखा था instantaneous acceleration and instantaneous velocity में. So here also let me use this A is equal to dv by dt. इसमें देखो x नहीं है तो पोजीशन नहीं आएगा, यहाँ पोजीशन है ही नहीं, बाकी दोनों में पोजीशन होता है. Is it clear? Once again, now after writing this क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करके लिख लिया. अब क्या करना है? सिंस यू नीड टू फाइंड द टोटल वेलोसिटी, सो डेफिनेटली तुम इसको क्या करने वाले हो? इंटीग्रेट करने वाले हो. वो भी विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू क्या? टी में करेंगे. इज इट राइट? या फिर सिंपल विथ फ्रॉम यू टू वी. नाउ लुक एट हियर, इफ आई इंटीग्रेट दिस, अगर मैं इसको इंटीग्रेशन करूँ, आंसर में मेरे को एक प्लस सी लिखना पड़ेगा. ए कांस्टेंट विल कम एज यू नो इन द इंटीग्रेशन. बट अगर लोअर और अपर लिमिट डाल देंगे तो कोई कांस्टेंट इससे नहीं आएगा. So let me integrate the time. dt is a derivative, तो यहाँ पे 0 to t आएगा. जो upper lower limit होता है it depends upon your derivative and t is the nothing. t तुम्हारा क्या हो गया? Variable हो गया, है ना? Okay, now let me use this. dv आ गया, integration of a dt. तो a is a constant according to the derivative dt. So का a क्या होगा? बाहर निकल गया. Integration of dt is t. Lower and upper limit, third bracket closing side 0 to t. Similarly here dv का v आ गया, u to v. So definitely I will place upper limit minus lower limit. यहाँ पे डाल दिया, यहाँ पे भी देखो upper और lower limit डाल दिया 0, तो 80 हो गया. In this way we got it this v is equal to u plus 80 or v minus u equal to 80. Clear it is? The second one, the second is the position time relation. तो position time relation में definitely x तो आएगा ही. Clear? Also one of the things, right, मैं थोड़ा सा तुमको रिमाइंड करने देना चाहता हूँ. During solving, right, during solving in the second and third equation we always apply the first equation. ये ध्यान में रखना है. तो first equations क्या है तुम्हारा? v is equal to u plus 80. इसका इस्तेमाल हमने यहाँ पे किया है always. In the previous one in the graphical also we have used. Is it right? कभी t का कभी v minus u का इस्तेमाल किया था. Is it clear? Yes. Now come here. If it is v minus u, चलो ठीक है, v is equal to dx by dt हमको पता है. Now cross multiply, I got this. Here I will change this v is equal to u plus 80 from the first equation, written and change. Now integrate both the side. Definitely this is x. x से क्या मिलेगा हमको? Position. So let me use 0 to s and this is dt means time is there. तो time मतलब initial 0 to t कर दिया. Always we use 0 to t. देखो हम हर जगह 0 to t यूज करते हैं. डिस्प्लेसमेंट के लिए 0 to t, 0 to s, बट वेलोसिटी के लिए इनिशियल एंड फाइनल. ओके, 0 to s, ut, at, s minus u, ut and this at square. I think there will be no problem. Is it right? u बाहर निकल गया, a बाहर निकल गया, t dt बचा. t का क्या होगा? t स्क्वायर हो जाएगा. t स्क्वायर बाई 2. देखो t स्क्वायर बाई 2. उसी t में लोअर और अपर लिमिट डाल के माइनस कर लिया. क्लियर? In the third one, that is again we know that because third में भी तुम्हारा displacement है, तो again I will use this v is equal to dx by dt. V is equal to dx by, now let me use some technique, or better we say chain rule, है ना, method का इस्तेमाल करते थे. dx by dv, dv by dt, तो dv dv can cancel, is it right? Okay, now here v, what is dv by dt? It is a, dx by dv I have written, cross multiply, I got this. Now I will integrate. Since this is dv, so velocity lower is 0, u, and upper is final. Here x, position, so 0 to s, a dx. Now let me do the integration, is it right, and get the answer. So student, you can check after this, after this integration of both the sides, you can check this is v dv, so क्या हो जाएगा, v square by 2, it is a dx, x है तुम्हारा वेरिएबल, so a become the constant, बाहर कर दो इसको, बाहर कर दिया, v square by 2, so in again limit, putting upper and lower limit, v square minus u square by 2, is it right, as, so here 2 will come, 2as it's become, is it right? So this is another third equations of motion. Dear students, there in so many numericals you will get this topic that is called SNF. So let me remind you what is SNF. इसमें भी बहुत questions आते हैं तुम्हारा, so better you remind all the formulas, right? What is SNF? Look at here, from O to A, suppose your total time, is it right? Suppose your total time is what, n, is it right? Definitely before 1 second you will say up to b, suppose up to b is the before 1 second, the time is equal to n minus 1, is it right? So up to b, the distance covered is s n minus 1 I have written, suppose it is symbol, and total distance for n second is sn. Definitely total distance minus the last second, that is sn minus 1, अगर इसको रिमूव कर दिया जाए, this distance is known as the nth, यानी कि लास्ट सेकेंड में तुम्हारा डिस्टेंस कितना कवर्ड किया, that is called as nth. Is it clear? So here also I have written as nth means sn minus sn minus 1. Clear? Now I will use here the one of the equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus half of at square. ut देखो टाइम यहाँ पे n है, हाफ ऑफ at स्क्वायर, फिर से n स्क्वायर माइनस एस एन एस. नाउ द टाइम, इन प्लेस ऑफ टाइम में अब मैं n माइनस 1 लिखूंगा, ut, दिस इज t होल t, प्लस हाफ ऑफ a t स्क्वायर, लिख लिया. ना ओपन इट, दिस इज a माइनस b में ओपन कर दिया, u माइनस n, इसको पूरा ओपन कर दिया, राइट. आफ्टर दैट आई ओपन द ब्रैकेट ऑल्सो, normally un will cancel, half of an minus u will be cancel, this 3 will be left. U I have written here, a is a common, so n minus half here, and again if I will do the LCM I will get 2n minus 1 by 2 is there. So better you learn this formula, और भूल नहीं जाना, कभी कभी पूछेगा तुमको find as nth distance, मतलब या फिर क्वेश्चन में लिखा जाएगा फाइंड द डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय द पार्टिकल एट द 9th सेकेंड, एट द 8th सेकेंड. सो इन प्लेस ऑफ n you have to put 8, 9, whatever they ask. A is acceleration, U is the initial. Clear? Yes. Dear student, there is a very important topic that is called relative velocity. When we use this relative velocity, suppose you are moving with a car and have some velocity, and your friend is also have some velocity, and you both are moving, right? You from the Siliguri and your friend from the Kolkata, right? They are coming towards each other. This is also called the opposite direction. Is it clear? Or suppose you both are moving in a same track in the same direction, and you both are just concerned about your velocity only, then you are not going to bother about your friend's velocity, or neither your friend is bother about your velocity, then they are independent. But if we are related with each other, I want to say that what is my velocity with respect to him, if when I will say some word, that's why I've written relative velocity means when one of the velocity is related with the other velocity. In these conditions, how we write this equation? So ये बहुत important चीज है तुम्हारा. So let me write here. Condition is given to you that initial point they both have the same direction at the time t, right? They both again in the same direction. So here in these situations, I will say velocity of b with respect to a is. अब ये जो b है इसको मेजर कर रहे हैं, लेकिन किसके रेस्पेक्ट पे? a के रेस्पेक्ट पे. सो मैं हमेशा क्या लिखूंगा? v b a लिखूंगा. इज इट राइट? और यहाँ पे क्या लिखूंगा? b का पहले वेलोसिटी v2 माइनस लगा के v1 आ गया. इज इट राइट? There is a small derivation, so it's not so important, right? You just keep it in mind क्योंकि इसमें न्यूमेरिकल ही ज़्यादा आता है. Is it clear? So I think it's very simple. So in relative velocity v2 minus v1, you just keep it in mind if both are in same direction होने से माइनस आएगा. Is it clear? और किसके माइनस, कौन किसका माइनस? पहले जिसके रेस्पेक्ट में कर रहे हैं. सपोज b विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू है तो रेस्पेक्ट वाला बाद में आ जाएगा और पहले वाला जिसको हम फाइंड कर रहे हैं. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट इसी को थोड़ा चेंज करते हैं. b को ऑपोजिट कर लेते हैं, a का डायरेक्शन सेम. सो व्हेन द b इज इन ऑपोजिट, definitely you have changed your axis, positive axis, and here it is negative axis. So when you move in the negative axis, I will use here it is minus. So जरा देखो वही फॉर्मूला लिखा है मैंने यहाँ पे, but here v2 minus v1, but in front of v2 there is minus because it changed the direction. And keep it in mind that direction changes का axis के साथ बहुत अच्छा relation रहेगा. Is it right? You put the sign according to this axis changes. Plus axis minus axis. Is it clear? Similarly, so what we get here? Plus मिल रहा है ना, देखो magnitude तो plus है हमारा. We are getting a minus sign, okay, but magnitude is actually what it is? Addition. Similarly, here it is v1 and v2. They both are opposite. Just look at here, है ना? b को मैंने वैसे ही छोड़ दिया जो पहले था सिचुएशन में, सिर्फ a को चेंज किया डायरेक्शन. So again, in place of or in front of v1, I will put what? Minus. Formula वही है v2 minus v1, but here minus minus become plus. So what happened? What is the information you get? When they are in same direction, in between there will be minus. When they are opposite, इसको opposite बोलते हैं और इसको भी opposite बोलते हैं. इधर जा रहे हैं. So in opposite always add. Same direction minus. 1d का relative velocity. Again you will get this relative velocity of 2d. Next topic.